Hello and welcome to BDE Travels in our Camino de Santiago. In our previous episode, we walked from the town of Belorado to San Juan de Ortega. We went across numerous sunflower fields, and after a very long day, we reached the town of San Juan de Ortega. In today's episode, we'll be walking from San Juan de Ortega to Burgos. We'll take a shortcut to the town of Ajes and walk very close to the UNESCO World Heritage archaeological findings in Atapuerca. I'll stay away from the military zone and contemplate the art of the Camino de Santiago. A garnished tree points the way to the town of Burgos. Finally, I make it into town and contemplate the beautiful cathedral. I had a wonderful dinner with my girls at the hostel we were staying. And finally, we called it a night. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and welcome aboard. Good morning, my friends from BDE Travels. We are back in the road. We are here at San Juan de Ortega, right where we left the Camino de Santiago, and we're starting today by myself. I left the girls back at the hotel. Nevertheless, I'm going to continue. I started a little bit late today. Right now it's around 9:30 in the morning. So it's going to be a little bit warm during the day. They're expecting some thunderstorms around the Camino. Nevertheless, we are back. We made it. Even though right now we are at the middle of the pandemic, we had a chance to leave the United States and come and finish up this part of the Camino. So we'll be here by the time you listen or look at this recording. It'll be a few more months later. Nevertheless, we are back on the road and we're loving it. Today it's a beautiful day. It's nice and clear skies. Temperature right now around 68 degrees. And we're enjoying everything. So we're leaving San Juan de Ortega. We're heading towards Burgos. And it looks like it's gonna be around 17 miles today. Hopefully, I think I'm gonna be getting in like around 2 o'clock in the afternoon or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. They say there's gonna be some thunderstorm activity near Burgos, and it's gonna get warm. It's gonna be, they say, 31 degrees Celsius, which is 90 something degrees. Nevertheless, I'm happy. I'm here. I'm on the road. I'm in the Camino de Santiago with BDE Travels. Leaving San Juan de Ortega, you have two choices, left or right. If you go to the left, you will parallel the main road. To the right, it's a more scenic route. I took the path on the right and continued walking along the rocky road. After a small forest, I came across the town of Ajes at a distance. This little town is a welcome sight after you walk through the forest. The Church of Santa Eulalia was built in the 16th century. Located in one of the corners of the town, it features a Baroque-style altar. Tradition says that underneath one of the tiles in the church, the body of King Garcia de Navarra is found, who was killed by his brother Fernando I in the Battle of Atapuerca. Well, folks, we made it to the town of Ajes, and like many other towns, it's just a single road that crosses a very small town. We took some drone shots and stuff, and it shows there 518 kilometers to Santiago, so it's not a lot if you think about it. Once again, enjoying the beauty of Spain. I'm gonna have to give a shout to one of my friends in YouTube, Dale's Outdoor Adventures. He walked through here giving out some pointers, and I saw his Camino all the way through, and just a shout out. He's a fellow colleague. He used to be a air traffic controller and as a pilot. You know, Dale, if you're watching this video, hi. And a couple of other people that I've kept in contact, they have YouTube channels, and I just give a shout out to them. There's a lady from California, and her channel is I'll Get There, and she came over last September, and you know, we kind of keep in contact, so a big shout out to her also. And of course, I'm sure you all seen Efren's video. He's walked a whole bunch of Caminos in the Via Francina, so a big shout out to all those three. Those are pretty much my favorite ones, and hopefully this one will be one of your favorite channels because the information we provide to all of you. So here from Ajes, we continue BDE Travels. Okay, one of the things that I've been noticing is that This year, since because of there's a pandemic, there's not a lot of pilgrims going around the Camino, and usually you see the trail that is very low because people keep walking on it. This is not the case this time. This time, you know, the grass is very high, and it seems like not a lot of pilgrims have walked lately through here. So you know, people are still making the path through, but it's not as taken care of as it was in previous years. So that's one thing to look out for. Right now, over the pandemic, many of you know that towns are not requiring that you wear a mask. There's a lot of people that you don't need to wear the mask while you're walking, but if you're going to go inside any of the stores, you have to wear a mask. And usually in the large towns also, you have to walk with a mask. I've heard that police has stopped people, giving them fines if they don't wear the mask or if they don't have the mask with them. So that's one thing to look out for. Right now it's 10:40. I'm outside of Ajes and my way to Atapuerca. I can see Atapuerca out in the distance, and it's starting to get hot. Right now it's showing around 89 degrees, and hopefully it stays like that because it was hot yesterday. Well, stay with us here on BDE Travels. We're continuing the Camino de Santiago. In the town of Atapuerca, we found one of the world's most important archaeological sites. This archaeological site was awarded the World Heritage status in 1997. A tour of the site takes visitors along the railway trench where various fossil sediments were discovered. Here, fossils of up to 5 different species were discovered that succeeded one another over time, although the most important are those corresponding to the Homo ancestor and the Homo heidelbergensis. New in the Camino is a Bluetooth app now that will provide you with information about the Camino de Santiago. Here's a panel with information on how to download the app. The Church of St. Martin in Atapuerca is a Gothic temple that dates from the 15th century. The church is located on top of a hill with splendid views to the valley of Atapuerca. The church has a square bell tower and a Baroque style altar. Also inside, visitors can observe several neoclassic paintings. Once you get to Atapuerca, there's a couple of albergues that you can take a look. There's also the municipal albergue, and it's got the phone number in there. They have a church and a couple of things to see. We're just starting to go through the city, and right now, you know, same as usual, just one road crossing the middle of the town. All right, it's close to 11:20 right now. We're leaving the town of Atapuerca. Small town. I haven't seen a water fountain yet. So carry water. There's a couple of bars open, but now again with the pandemic, not a lot of things, not a lot of pilgrims. They have a small church up at the top, and very interesting about this town. This town has a UNESCO World Heritage, and apparently they found here the oldest human remains in the world. So it's called the archaeological findings of Atapuerca. If you do have some time when you get to Burgos, usually a taxi will take you to the archaeological findings. It takes about roughly about 25 minutes in a taxi, and you know, they'll wait for you and stuff with a little bit of fee. I think back and forth around 40 euros if you have the time and the money to spend, but it's well worth it. They have one restaurant further back, and that's about it. That's as far as I've seen. Oh wait, I just saw there's a fountain. I'm going to take a look at it. It's got like an ape man in there, so we'll see how it goes. All right, folks, just leaving Atapuerca. There's a gap in the road. You can take the right or the left. The right, it brings you closer to the road. It's 8 kilometers. If you go to the left, a couple of hills, but then you do find a couple of towns. But it's 1 extra kilometer. It's 9 kilometers going on the left. It's kind of deceiving because it has a sign that says military operations do not enter. But what they're saying is if you go beyond the fence, looks like the Camino splits in that fork. You take the right 8 kilometers, you take a left 9 kilometers, but if you take the longer route, you do encounter more towns. So I'm gonna take the left. Hopefully I don't get any missiles or anything like that, so we'll see how it goes. There's a sign there Let me see if it says military zone. Is that the case? Then I'm going to take the right. I'm going to go back. Let's see here. Yes, it does. Interesting. So now, well, I guess I'm going to have to take the right from there. Yep. Can't go through here. Oh well. Go back to the fork, stay on the right, take the 8 miles. Well friends, once you leave, like I mentioned, Atapuerca, and you go beyond the fork on the road where it has the military base, further up ahead, they built another cross, which is sort of like emblematic of the next cross you're going to find in the Camino de Santiago, which is the Cruz de Ferro, or the Iron Cross. It's a tradition that all pilgrims will bring a stone or a pebble from their country or their house, and they drop it in one of those crosses, symbolizing that it's one of the burdens they're leaving behind. And it seems like in between Atapuerca and the next town, they're building up a cross, and I can see that there are a lot of rocks and pebbles in there. So you'll see that the Camino de Santiago, it's engraved with a lot of traditions and rituals. You know, something to think about and something to enjoy. I'm gonna carry one of the pebbles to Cruz de Ferro further down the road, but we'll see how that goes. For now, we have our eyes set on Burgos, and today we'll spend the night there. We'll show you a couple of shots of the cathedral, and then tomorrow we're gonna head out and tackle the Mezeta. That's gonna be interesting with a 90-degree weather. So right now, looking at the distance of the valley and enjoying the Camino de Santiago here on BDE Travels.
Further down the road, I saw a pilgrim riding his electric scooter. The road ahead was long and it was very hot. Decisions, which way to go. If you're a fan of art, you're not going to be disappointed with the Camino. There's always something to look at. And yes, that is the pilgrim's dream. Buen camino, peregrino.
And take a look, the municipal albergue has got a swimming pool. The albergue municipal La Parada. It seems to be that's the only thing that's open right now. One thing I've noticed is that this town in particular have posted green hearts and throughout the town, just saying, hey, thank you for your service. A very noble thing to do. Well, folks, we're approaching the town of Orbaneja, Rio Pico. One peculiar thing about the towns in Spain and the way they name it is that right now we are close to a river, the river called Pico. So they usually name the town with regards to something that's very close to it. So this one, Orbaneja de, which is from Rio, river, Pico. So the river Pico is right next to us right now. So Orbaneja is the town of Rio Pico. And it gives you like a sense of direction about the town. And usually, once again, these towns are just one road crossing right through the middle. I can see the green hearts in this town also. Not a lot of pilgrims, once again, and everything is closed. So it's a little bit sad. It was more congested last year, and I guess once you get close to Sarria, things will improve. But nevertheless, right now it's just myself and the road. This last time we saw the albergue. It's the only thing that's open in the town. A couple of pilgrims in there. They were kind of surprised that I was walking. I guess I'm the only gringo around. So here we go. Next town, BDE Travels. All right, folks, once you leave Orbaneja, Rio Pico, you go over the highway on a bridge. And you're gonna come to this bifurcation. There's a division. There's like a small apartment complex, and you're right on the north side of the runway for the airport in Burgos. Once you get to this point, you have a choice. You can go to the right and go directly to Villafría, which is the actual route to continue on the Camino. There's an alternate route. If it's not raining, you make a left here at the intersection, and then that's where you find the route that many pilgrims take when it's extremely hot. You can actually go next to the river into Burgos, and there's a lot of shade there. Therefore, many pilgrims do choose that route to go. When you get to this point, you're gonna make a left. If you go to the right, it's about 1 kilometer less, but it's not much of a difference. And right now it's extremely hot, so I'm gonna take the left. But folks, we're back in the road. After you make that turn, remember that I had mentioned that you can either go straight to Villafría or you can go to the left and go to Castañer. That's the city that we're looking for. Pretty much what you're doing is you either go on the north side of the airport or you go on the south side of the airport. If you want to do the river route, what we pilgrims call the river route, then you go on the south side of the airport, which means that at that bifurcation, at that fork in the road, you make a left. Now, don't go into the apartment complex street. There's like a path on the left side of it. Stay in there, and it will bring you around the airport. Once again, this time it's going to be on the south side. Once you get to Castañer, what you do is you cross the street, and I'll show you once again what you have to do. And we're pretty much, about 6-7 kilometers from Burgos. So right now is around 1:30ish, close to 2 p.m. So I took a slow down because my feet are hurting. Before I came to do the Camino this year, I was playing basketball with my son, and I kind of broke one of my pinkies on my left foot, so it's hurting. Nevertheless, I'm enjoying every minute of it here at the airport in Burgos. A couple of airplanes, and that's about it. Stay with us, BDE Travels. All right, folks, once you get to this point, it's called Calle Mayor, and there's a bar down at that way and a hotel with a restaurant. And what you're gonna do, you're gonna continue. It has the arrows coming over this side, but what they want you to do is to cross the street up ahead, and then you're gonna continue down that way, and that will take you through the river route. You're gonna come across the river in a small little bridge, and that tells you that you're on the right path. There are a couple of arrows back there, but they're not that easy to find. But once you see that you got the river, and you're pretty much going to parallel the river all the way down to Burgos. So we are in the right path. Right now it's around 2:30 in the afternoon, about 95 degrees Fahrenheit right now. But here we are in the Camino de Santiago. When you join the river, stay close to the river. There are two paths. One is going to take you slightly to the left, and it's going to bring you over really close to the road, and that's where the cyclists go. But if you want to stay in the shadow and among the trees and stuff, you always have to stick to the right. If there's a division in the road, stay to the right, even though if it doesn't look like the Camino, it is the Camino, and it's going to be like this pretty much. And once again, what you're doing, you're paralleling the river all the way to Burgos. You can hear the river, you're in the right path. If you hear too many cars, it means you took the bike route. Very nice views of the water. I wish I can take a swim, but I'm just about 3.5 kilometers away from Burgos, and I have to make it to the hostel. I'll show you the hostel once I get in there. Keep on traveling with us, BDE Travels. All right, folks, we just made it to the town of Burgos. It's 5 p.m. I had to make a couple of stops because I was hurting a lot. Nevertheless, there's some thunderstorm activity coming this way, so I am about 20 minutes away from the hostel that I'm staying. And right now it's dark and gloomy. Once again, it's like close to 5 p.m. And we'll see how it goes. Almost there. It's been a tough day, I tell you. It was very warm during the morning. I mean, cold in the morning, warm in the mid-afternoons. And now it's around 82 degrees, but it's gonna rain a lot. So I'll keep you updated on what's going on here in the Camino de Santiago. And we'll wrap it up here once I get to the albergue. All right, on the back side of the cathedral, you can see this will be the back side on the right. If you're on the main road coming from the Camino, which is this one, if you need to wash your clothes, there's actually a coin laundry mat. All right, guys, finally made it to the hostel in Burgos. Once again, it was a tough day because of the temperature, and it started raining a lot. There were lots of thunderstorms, so now it's kind of dark, even though it's like around 6. I left late this morning, and I got in around 5 o'clock in the afternoon. It's not going to happen tomorrow. We're going to leave early tomorrow. I'm going to show you the room real quick. The hostel is called RimBomBim, something like that. It is very close to the cathedral. We paid... for this room, it's a double bed, actually a queen bed for my wife and I have a triple room also with the girls. They are right across this room, and for two places is 45 euro, and oops, a little bit dark in here. And the three place, it's actually it was 60 euros. So I paid 100 euros for both rooms. But the great thing is that it's got air conditioning. The rooms are impeccably clean. The bathrooms are very, very clean. It looks brand new. So I did enjoy and didn't mind paying. Remember, we're 5. There's 5 of us, so close to $22 per person. So I highly recommend it. RimBomBim, I think, is the name of the hostel. Let me see the key real quick, and I'll let you know here. RimBomBim. It's funny, but that's the name of it. Once again, it's very close to the cathedral. And right now, we're gonna head out and eat. I'll show you the room here in a second. Yep, there's the room. It's a little bit messy, but I just got in. It's got the window, and it's got a nice TV and stuff. It's got air conditioning, and the bathroom. It's a little bit small. Nevertheless, I mean, what do you need it for? You need just a shower and a toilet, and that's it. But not bad. I really do recommend this place. We're folks from BDE Travels. We just came down. We were staying at the hostel here, but they have a restaurant. We're going to try the restaurant, see how it is. And I have somebody who'd like to say hi to all of our BDE Travel fans. Say something. Hola. Oh, she's saying Spanish. She said hola.
Oh, hi.
Hi, okay. Hello.
Hi.
And look, the beautiful wife is in there, so.
That's adorable.
So it's raining right now. We're in a family, and you know, everywhere you go, you gotta wear the mask. So we have it with us. You don't have to wear it while you eat, but you have to have it with you in order to get into the restaurant. So it's what they call the new normal here in Spain. They have done a good job with the pandemic. You know, but we'll see how it goes. We're enjoying, once again, the Camino here on BDE Travels. We're in Burgos. Well, folks, we just finished eating downstairs. I highly recommend the place. The restaurant was really good. The desserts were awesome. The food was really good. So I can't complain. The hostel is clean. The price is right. The food was excellent. How was your food?
It was good. I had chicken wings.
And I mean, it was
pretty good.
It was pretty good. The dessert.
Oh, the dessert. I like this white chocolate soup. It was really good too.
So we all enjoyed our food. It was very good. So we recommend it. I'm going to put the link down at the comment section if you want to in the description. That's right. So you guys can, if you need to stay, it's a good place to stay. It's right next to the cathedral. If you look at the cathedral from the front, you make a right, and right there at the end of the cathedral, you make another right, and then a left, and the hostel is right there.
It's also right next to the restaurant. Like, they're like next door neighbors.
Yeah,
you don't have to go if you're scared to go around walking in the city. You know, there's right there. So
the service was good, the food was good, so I can't complain. So this is a wrap up for today. Tomorrow we're going from Burgos to Ontanas. Thunderstorm activity expected tomorrow, but nevertheless, we're walking. So stay with us here in BDE Travels. Keep on traveling and enjoy the rest of the day. We'll see you tomorrow. Well, folks, we just finished. All right, folks, we just came back from the restaurant. Let me tell you what,
In our next episode, we explore the beautiful town of Burgos and all its history. We walk through the town, learning about all its statues. We explore some of its museum and walk all the way up to the castle. Then Elise and I sing at the cathedral. We tour the cathedral and walk through the Plaza Mayor. The girls continue with their Spanish lessons, and we all get ready for a walk for tomorrow. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and join us here at BDE Travels.